everybody, this is Bonnie and I'm coming to you with week 4 of our 10 weeks of Halloween. And I just want to let you know a couple things before we get started, that if you'd like to shop with me for any of the products that I'm about to show you today, you can go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net. You can use this hostess code BPCZEZXU, and it's good until September 23rd. And then after this date, I will have a new one. So we are going to be making this card. I don't do a lot of Halloween cards, but I wanted to put a few cards in here in case someone wanted to give a gift card to somebody, like a grandchild or something for Halloween. So this is going to be one of the Halloween cards that we're going to do today. Isn't it so stinking cute? And I'm going to show you how I got this extra tree on there. It's going to be fun. So let's get started. So I'm just going to set my card right here. And the supplies that we used is I used Misty Moonlight, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. Then I've got a piece of basic black, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to emboss this. And then I've got another little piece here, and this piece is 2.5 by 4 1/4, and this is Whisper White. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut and an Emboss machine. I'm so excited about this machine. As of September 1st, you guys get to order this. How exciting is that? And I have to tell you, they did send out an email telling everybody that you can order the magnetic platform and stuff like that, and extra plates. So that is great. I cannot wait to get my hands on the plates. So to emboss with the regular, we're not doing the 3D embossing. We are using the standard embossing folder. So we need platform 1, and then we're going to need one of the platform 3s, and then we're going to make our sandwich. And I'm just putting this right in the middle, just like that. I'm going to close it down. And then we are going to use the embossing folder and all that. I've been doing a lot of stuff for the 10 weeks of Halloween, or 10 weeks of Christmas, guys. So I'm getting excited. So then we put platform number 3, and we're going to run it through. Okay, so we got that embossed, so let's get this machine out of our way. We will have to bring it back in again in a minute. So, get all this stuff. Okay, and this is the cool little tree background, so we'll set that aside. I don't need that anymore. So now let's get to creating this part of the card. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper that I have here, and I'm going to set this down. And now on our large DF block, I've put this tree stamp. In the stamp set, the tree comes from Life is a Beautiful Thing, and I'm using this tree. And I'm going to use some black Memento ink. And you can use your StazOn if you want, or your Stamparatus if you want. But I'm just going to use this, and you'll see what I do to make it look darker. So I'm trying to stamp up my tree really good here. And all the different spots. And it's a solid image, so sometimes it's harder to get, a perfect little thing in there. So then what I do is I bring it down. I don't want the tree trunk all the way where it's stitched right there. I don't want that, so I'm going to cut that off. So I'm kind of bringing it down past that. I'm keeping it more to the right of the card, and I am going to stamp this right down. So I stamped it just like that. And then I'm going to peel it off. And I'll set this aside for a few minutes. Then I am going to be bringing in the Have a Hoot stamp set. And we're also going to be using the coordinating dies. And we're going to be using this little guy right here. So I have my little stamp here, and I'm going to stamp him up. Just like that. And I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to connect that tree limb over onto this one. It's okay if my owl hits that other tree branch and all that, because we're going to do him again on another piece of Whisper White. And since I've got the stuff right here, we're going to do this, and we're going to stamp him up. Let's stamp him down here. There we go. And I will be coloring him in, and we'll do that in just a second. So we're just going to stamp him, leave him off to the side. But now we're going to do some blending. So for the blending, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Balmy Blue, or yeah, the blue, and we're going to just sponge ever around this. Just kind of like this. We're just doing it fairly lightly. And I'm not worried about the center right where he is, if it got a little dark, because that's okay, because we're going to go over that with the so you could start in the middle and work your way out lighter. And you just keep kind of blending until you get it where you like it. And this little spot right there, I'm not a fan of, but I think when I do my other blending, it'll blend in, and if it doesn't, it's going to be okay. It's a homemade card. So I'm going to try to zoom in, you guys, a little bit so you could see more of what I'm doing with this blending. And hopefully I keep it all in the camera good, because sometimes I don't. So now I'm taking the Misty Moonlight. I keep hitting myself with inks today. And I'm going to dab it in the Misty Moonlight, kind of start off in the corner, and I am just blending this. And I just keep going in, and I'm just going around the card. Okay, I got less moon glow on the top and more moon glow on the bottom than my original, but you know what? I think it'll still work out pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to take the black, the dark black blend, and I am going to color in. Let me see, you guys still in the camera? Yeah, I'm going to color in the leaves, and I'm trying to be careful. I'm just going careful here. And there's a little blue line right here. I'm going to kind of color that in. And actually, I end up coloring all this in a little bit, and I go right down to the end in case I didn't get that part of the tree cut off. And then there's like some little, I think it gives it like a dark look, And it soaks right up so quickly. And I lightly try to go over these. And this thing is farther away from me, so I can't judge very good. Okay, so there is that, and I'm going to go over this one again because I feel like it needs to be a little darker, because the other ones are darker from the ink already. So I just want to make this a little bit darker. Okay. And now you can still see their feet right there. So I'm going to take the pumpkin pie, dark, and I'm just going to color his feet in. Because when we cut this out, the feet don't come with it. So you'll see. So we're going to set that aside for a minute, and now we're going to focus on him coloring just the owl. So I'm going to try to zoom you in, and that's out, so you guys can see what I do for coloring. And I may or may not fast forward this. Okay. So what I colored, I took the light black, and I took the gray granite light and dark for the owl. And I went ahead with the light gray granite first, and I went all around the card like this. In the camera. There we go. So that's all we have to color, because I don't have to color the feet because they will not cut out. So that's it for this. So now I'm going to zoom you guys back out, and I'm going to bring in the Big Shot again. Okay. And we're going to cut this out. And I have the die right here. And for this one, now, I'm just explaining this in all the videos. We need platform 1. So we're going to put that down. And on platform 2 right here, it tells us what we need for the thin dies. It's telling you you need 1, you need platform 2. It's telling you need platform 3. So right here's the number for 3. And then you got to put your... Yep. You got to put your paper in, line this up with your, I guess my feet are coming. I thought my feet didn't cut out, so I'm going to quickly color my feet so I don't have to do them later. I don't know why it looked like on the original one that the feet were not colored or in it. We'll see, but I did them just in case. So I'm going to put this die on here and line it up so it will cut out ever so nicely. And I'm going to get a piece of my Post-it note tape that I showed you guys in the past videos. I love this stuff. You can use it over and over and over. And I think I just moved it. And I'm just going to stick that down so it does not move. And then I am going to be bringing in the other platform 3, and we're going to cut them out. Okay. And then we're just going to close this up. We can get this scrap piece of paper out of our way. Oh, I can't forget our little moon. There we go. And it looks like I was off a little bit on the moon, so I hope that doesn't mean my owl's off. Nope, just my moon. Okay. So now we're going to bring this back in. I'm going to get out my silicone mat so that we can get everything together here now. Now we put this card together. So I'm going to take my adhesive, give it a little prime, and then go ahead and stick this right over top of my, like right over top of where everything is. And it hides all that. Isn't that cool? So there you go. Now my moon is a little off here, but I'm still going to use him. I must not have lined him up as good. And I'm just going to put him right over top of that. So there we go. So now we got that done. Then we're going to take this and our base card, and we're going to put this together. That's my tape last because I see the red in there, so hopefully it'll last through this video. Okay, and then we're going to put this right here. Then we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of him because we want him to pop right off the page. Okay, we're going to put this right here in the middle. I think it's cool. I think it looks like it's just like right there. And then I'm going to get out my little trimmer that I have right here. And I'm going to use the same piece of scrap paper. Oops, I got this upside down. And I'm just going to slide this in. And I'm looking for about a 1/2 inch. Yeah, I think that's about right. I'm going to cut it down. And then I'm going to cut, I don't know, I think it's about that much. That looks about right. Well, I'll tell you the exact measurements here in a minute. Okay. So this is a 1/2 inch by 1 3/4 inches. So that's what this is. And then I've got this little stamp right here that says Boo. And we are going to stamp him up. And we're just going to put the words, I got to get this closer to me a little bit. And we're going to put the words Boo right there. Just like that. Now you can use the banner builder punch to make this flag. Or we can just get a pair of scissors here. Excuse the arm. And I haven't showed this in a while, so I thought I would. You're just going to cut up in the middle and cut over on each ends. So then we have that little piece in there still. Okay. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to put that over there, and I'm going to put this right there along that. And then I went ahead and I grabbed some sequences from the Whale of a Good Time. And I'm got a silver one in there. And what I did for this was I went ahead and I took some glue, and this is probably, it's getting close to the end, and when it gets close to the end I always have to start poking a needle in it. And then you have to be careful that you don't get too much. So I kind of got like, I'm going to put 3 little dots right here. And then I got one right about here. And I have one right about here. Then we're going to take your pick tool, and we're going to reach in here, and we also need another Stampin' Up! Tool. We're going to reach in here, and we're going to try to get the dark ones. So I want one big, that's just one, and it is. So I want one big dark one right there. That's it. And you could put a sweet little gift card in there and you are good to go. So I really, really like the way these cards came out. And like I said, if you like any of the products and you want to purchase anything from me, you can go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net and use this hostess code. It's good till the 23rd. If you would like to subscribe to all my videos, down in the right hand corner there's a little pink square. If you click on that, you will be able to subscribe. And also, if you hit the little bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a video. So thanks everybody, thanks for your support, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.